full. Oh, wait, there's a delay. Oh, no, I messed up the countdown. Oh, my goodness. What am I doing? Well, without further ado, it is time to get out of pocket. I'm your host, Michael Davis. This is a treat for me. By the way, you guys can be a part of the show and comment on the YouTube just like Scotty did, saying yo with 3 O's, because we have 3 wonderful faces here today. You have seen this trio before, and your eyes do not deceive you. We are on the Boom Broadcasting YouTube channel. We used to do a Carolina Panthers podcast together. Super exciting for what's to come in store as we get into the football season, and more updates coming on the future of that. But right now, it's Boom Broadcasting. It's July 16th, and we have a huge show in store for you today. Just a reminder, we are doing the 500 subscriber giveaway. A free copy of EA Sports College Football 25 is going to go to one of our first 500 subscribers on YouTube. We have reached 266, my bad, just as we got on air today. We've gained one in the last 2 minutes, so that's awesome. So one of you guys will be receiving it, and the quicker we get to 500, the quicker we can announce a winner. And don't worry, we will be doing more giveaways in the future, and we'll talk about this game because Mr. Bully Rye has been doing it, and we'll give insights on how the game is so far. But before we get going, we have a interesting development. We kind of saw this coming. Brandon Aiyuk has requested a trade from the San Francisco 49ers. So while it is a good day for me to have Ryan and Shannon on, it might not be a good day for Shannon because his guys wanting out of town. And Shannon, I don't know, man. I don't know if he would be better off leaving the team or what the case would be there. How are you feeling? Are you under weather after this announcement by Brandon Aiyuk?
I just want to know, are you done? Are you done?
All right. Chill. It's out of pocket. You don't have to be, okay?
Are you done? I just want to know, are you done? Because once again, I hear this whole thing. He's gonna go. He's gonna leave. Listen, Brandon Aiyuk is not done. He knows his worth. Yes, he does. However, Brandon Aiyuk leaves his team. Yeah, my guys need him. Absolutely. 1,200 yards last year. Did a wonderful job. I'm going to leave the NFC Championship game alone because I like Ryan more than I like you, MD. So I'm going to leave that alone. So the thing about it is my guys need him, but Brandon Aiyuk needs these guys as well, too. Because him going to another team will probably spell disaster for himself. It will just spell disaster for my squad. But here's the thing about it here. We had this problem with Deebo Samuel. We found a solution. We're having this problem with Brandon Aiyuk. They'll find a solution. These guys are not trying to trade him. There have been people calling, wanting a trade for Brandon Aiyuk, and the 49ers have said absolutely not. There's going to be a common ground going to be found. I have faith in John Lynch. I have faith in the organization. They will find a way to make this deal worthwhile for both parties. So it's cool. Until I see Brandon Aiyuk going somewhere else, which I don't, I believe it when I see it. So don't get your hopes up.
Shan, you are very hopeful that Brandon Aiyuk will still be a 49er, even though they have just one pie and they have to feed a lot of mouths. Sky asking, didn't Brandon get cut from the 49ers? Did his contract expire? He is a 49er as of this moment, 5:34 p.m. Eastern time on this Tuesday. Brandon Aiyuk is a 49er, but he's officially requested to be traded from the team. He is set to make $14 million this year, but this is the 5th and final year of Brandon Aiyuk's rookie deal. Alan saying, what's up, guys? What's up, Alan? Watching us on Out of Pocket live this Tuesday afternoon. Ryan, help me relieve Shannon because he's in La La Land thinking he's going to have everybody. He's going to turn the cat room off on Madden and he'll be fine. That's not how life works.
Listen, unlike Brandon Aiyuk, I am so cool My future is so bright that I wear my sunglasses at night inside. You can call me Ryclops for the rest of the show. No, listen, I listen. I don't get. Yeah, Brandon Aiyuk had a decent season. I think that was his only like really good season, really remarkable season in San Francisco. He's not better than Deebo Samuel, but you've got these publications out here that will rank him higher in regards to talent or regards to status as an NFL wide receiver. It's not surprising that he's asked for a trade. It's been a very tumultuous offseason, not because the 49ers didn't win the Super Bowl, but because Brandon Aiyuk has demanded a new contract, I think going back as far as last season. So I'm not surprised he requested a trade. To Shannon's point, if he does get traded, like where is he going to go? What kind of a quarterback situation is he going to be? Because we've talked about on the Cat Cave, like it didn't matter what wide receiver played for the Panthers last year, or what the quarterback thrown to the ball wasn't getting it to anybody. So Brandon Aiyuk could go to a much worse situation than he's in San Francisco. And I'm not the one to tell a guy like, hey, take your pay cut and stick with the team to help him win. Although Tom Brady did that for many years for the New England Patriots to build that team around him. But listen, Brandon Aiyuk, he wants to get paid among the top wide receivers in the league. He's not going to get Amon-Ra money. He's not going to get Justin Jefferson money. He's not going to get CeeDee Lamb money whenever it is that CeeDee Lamb finally gets paid. So I don't know what kind of money Aiyuk is looking at making. $14 million is a lot of money for a number 2 to number 3 option in that San Francisco offense. Matter of fact, let's put him at number 4 behind Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, and George Kittle. So, yeah, congratulations on your 1,300 yards and you're all of one season doing it in the NFL. But if you think that the grass is greener on the other side, I beg you to go talk to Randy Moss and see what happened when he first left Minnesota before he ever found his way to New England with the aforementioned Tom Brady. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. I don't care if it happens one way or the other. I think the best place for Brandon Aiyuk is in San Francisco. I think San Francisco is better for having Brandon Aiyuk, but I think history will tell that there are plenty of wide receivers who can go out there and be productive like Brandon Aiyuk.
Well, and I'm going to play devil's advocate because you guys think Aiyuk stays, from what I'm hearing you guys say, and Shannon is a little biased, but I mean, there's a team nobody's talked about. I mean, of course, people have brought up Washington being a possible destination. I've even heard the Los Angeles Chargers. I wouldn't be surprised if the same team that traded their number 1 option to Carolina, and we talked about this on the Cat Cave when we hosted that together, is the team that trades for Brandon Aiyuk and gives him his money. I wouldn't be surprised if this year Brandon Aiyuk is in Pittsburgh playing for the Steel. No? Ryan, no?
No. It might be wishful thinking on your part so that you can be right about something else, but he's not leaving.
San Francisco not to go. Nope.
Aiyuk is going to find a way to sit out in camp. They're going to get a deal done. He's going to show up and he's going to have a very lackluster year in 2024. That's what's going to happen. I don't think Aiyuk catches for 1,000 yards this year.
No, I wouldn't say that. No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I wouldn't say that. It would be
okay.
He'll be less than what he had this year. Now, I will say that it'll be less because I think Deebo's hearing this. This is one thing about it. Deebo Samuel's hearing this. Deebo Samuel's seeing this. They got a runner in Christian McCaffrey, took the running game off of Deebo Samuel so he didn't have to do everything. That was the problem of why Deebo Samuel wanted out of his contract because he was playing 3 different positions. So Brandon Aiyuk is only playing 1 position and he's expecting to get paid a lot more. Deebo Samuel's hearing this. And I think Deebo Samuel, still regardless to this day, I believe Deebo Samuel is still the best receiver on the San Francisco 49ers. In my heart of hearts, I know that's a homer from my man Ryan right here. I know it is. I ain't trying to get in his good graces. It is what it is. If you just look at the dynamics of the field of where we're at, one of the reasons why Brandon got the yards that he got was because of some of the eyes they had to have on Christian McCaffrey, the eyes they had to have on Deebo Samuel, George Kittle. They had to have those eyes on those guys. And Brandon Aiyuk got open. Now, he's a very talented receiver. He wasn't drafted by my boys for nothing. They made sure to draft that dude in the first round. But the fact of the matter is, when you have to have eyes on certain guys everywhere you go. Of course you're going to get open. Of course you're going to exploit defenses. You're going to do that. It's going to happen. He's not our number one. Deebo Samuel's our number one until Deebo Samuel's leaves or gets hurt. Simple as that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and rephrase. I think he won't make it to 1,000 yards after he inevitably holds out in training camp. I think if he works through training camp, plays in the preseason, whatever the case is, practices in the preseason, then maybe he hits 1,000 yards. If he does what I expect him to do when he holds out and he doesn't go to camp, he doesn't go to practice, then he won't record 1,000 yards receiving this year. That's what I meant to say before.
I'm just going to clip this episode to where Ryan's like, no, it's not happening. Shannon's like, no, it's not happening. When Aiyuk is traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm going to do
Out of pocket, and I will do out of pocket, and you will never wear it ever again. And I will call you that in a heartbeat because I'll make sure that I get there. You'll see me in person. I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna say, "What did you say? Huh?
Brandon Aiyuk to Pittsburgh, man."
I'm gonna make sure, and I'm gonna make sure that if you're wrong, you better hope to God that you are not wrong. Because I last football season because of unforeseeable things, so I'll leave it at that. But this year, if this happens, you're mine. You are
It's amazing. Nice little wrestling promo here on Out of Pocket.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Oh yeah. I'll go ahead and say it. That's like your favorite wrestler. Run.
It's a shoot. This ain't a work, bud. It's a shoot.
What a great transition. And I will say we will be talking a little more about the college football game here later. That we're doing the 500 subscriber giveaway, giving away a free copy of EA Sports College Football 25 to one of our first 500 subscribers on YouTube. So we'll be sharing that information a little later on in the show. But what a great transition. You know, Shane going his best heel promo, and it's just not going to work. Like, he's dropping the threats, and it's not going to work. And we've heard a lot of talk surrounding some big matchups heading into SummerSlam. SummerSlam being on August 3rd, that first Saturday in August. And there's a lot of championships that are in jeopardy. You're talking, you know, Cody Rhodes wrestling Solo Sikoa, solo challenging for the WWE Championship. You having Bayley defending her women's championship against Queen of the Ring winner Nia Jax. On the other side, going to Raw, like we just saw Damian Priest and Gunther face-to-face last night on Monday Night Raw. Maybe King of the Ring Gunther is the next world heavyweight champion. I'm a little skeptical on that after last night's promo. Liv Morgan, her title reign could be over because Mommy's back. And then, of course, a match that hasn't been announced yet. Braun Breaker looks like he's about to get a rematch for the Intercontinental title and Sami Zayn. So, guys, we had a huge reset when it came to the WWE at WrestleMania 40. This was a full-fledged Triple H production, full-fledged Triple H WrestleMania season. And we saw a lot of championships change. We saw Cody win the title. We saw Bayley win the title. We saw Damian Priest. But now it looks like SummerSlam could be another turn of the tables with all these championships. That's just my personal opinion, and I wouldn't be surprised specifically if Sami Zayn loses the Intercontinental title to Braun Breaker. But I want to ask, of these 5 champions, Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, Bayley, Liv Morgan, and Sami Zayn, who is the most likely to lose their championship at SummerSlam? Bully Rye, you host a football and wrestling podcast. What say you?
Listen, I was going to say Liv Morgan until I realized in my mind that more than likely this is the heel turn that we get for let me not say heel turn. Let's say the official babyface turn for Rhea Ripley, because the Dominic is going to turn on Rhea and help Liv win, and the Judgment Day is going to be behind Liv Morgan, and we're going to move on from there. So I let me scratch that. I hate the way that Rhea did lose her title via injury. I think that Liv is safe here. When you look at, listen, I would love to see Breaker win the Intercontinental Championship. They are building him to be this unstoppable monster that Gunther was with the Intercontinental Championship for so long. But they've also turned Sami Zayn into Super Sami during this title run for himself. So interesting to see what happens here. I think if I had to go with one, I would say Damian Priest. For the same reason that they turn on Rhea Ripley, I think the Judgment Day also can turn on Damian Priest and not necessarily help Gunther, but cost Damian the championship in an attempt to try to help him. And then Gunther is going to go on a monster run with the world title. I've been a very large advocate, both literally and figuratively, for the King General Gunther for quite some time. And so I think this is the time to pull the trigger. I mean, I've liked Damian Priest as world champion. Has it been the best? No. We all know why he became world champion when he did. And so I think of the 5 championships, I think Gunther is most likely to come away as champion, but it also wouldn't surprise me one bit if every single championship changed hands. The same way it wouldn't surprise me if none of the championships changed hands. But yeah, I like Gunther as my favorite to be the one title change on the show.
Wow. And we're having comments flood in right now. Elizabeth saying Liv probably most likely to lose. James saying Damian Priest got numbers when Imperium is only one.
I don't think James was listening when I was talking about Judgment Day turning full on heel. And you remember a few weeks ago when Damian was getting ready to take on Seth, and he says they need me more than I need them, and they're gonna remember that. Carlito's kind of hanging around. Finn Balor's been hanging out backstage with Liv. He's the one that took the room key a few weeks ago, if you remember, pretty correctly. So listen, he's got the numbers, but does he really? Because it could be a night of surprises with, again, Judgment Day costs Rhea Ripley the championship. Damian Priest goes, bonkers. I'm trying to watch my mouth here. And Judgment Day doesn't take lightly to the fact that Damian took offense to the fact that they turned on Rhea, and now they come in and they interfere with his match and cost him his world championship. So
we got Steiner mad, and then we got Frick mad.
See, when it's one-on-one, you got a 50% chance of winning.
Mouthing off with Mike, I was on his nightcap last night. It's depressing he's not here for Top Rope Tuesday. He's usually a staple on Top Rope Tuesdays, but he's earning those high dollars now, so his time is precious. Can't afford him for the next 30 minutes for Outta Pocket. But I will say this, I was on nightcap with Mike last night. Record-setting numbers, over 300 people watching live for the nightcap when we did for Boom Broadcasting across YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, saying he wished he was getting those high dollars. And I mentioned on Mouthing Off with Mouthing Off with Mike for the nightcap that, I don't know, like I was full on for Gunther to win the World Heavyweight title, but after last night of like Damian Priest saying, "Hey, you're overlooking me," maybe that's not the case. And wanted to save this for before we introduce Shannon. Aiyuk, you are now a Cleveland Brown, according to Mouth Off with the Mic. SummerSlam going to Cleveland. Brandon Aiyuk going to Cleveland.
He walked away.
James saying McIntyre versus Punk at Bad Blood.
I'm getting all y'all. I'm getting all y'all. I'm Denzel watching all you. I'm putting cases on all y'all. All y'all. I'm putting cases on all y'all. You're playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I'm through with you.
James makes a great point about seeing McIntyre versus Punk at Bad Blood. Mouth off and Mike. Poor Shannon. Aiyuk, the next AFC North wide receiver. Shannon, when it comes to these 5 guys or ladies at SummerSlam, who do you think is most in threat of losing their championship?
You know what? I looked at all of these. I really don't see Cody losing to Solo Sikoa because, unfortunately, he said some very dumb stuff a minute ago. I think Mouthing Off and Mike is right that the title doesn't need to be with the Bloodline for the Bloodline to have an intriguing story. So they don't need the title. I think Cody is going to have his quarrel with the bloodline one more time, and then it's going to go into something else. After last night, I do agree. I think that Damian Priest will come away with the title, but I really am liking the fact that they might take Liv's side. Judgment Day just might do that. Bailey and Nia Jax, I don't really see Bailey losing the title. I am gonna go on a limb and say Sami Zayn is gonna lose it to Braun Breaker. I don't like it, and also I don't like this list because you're missing the title. Logan Paul and LA Knight, you're missing that one. I think LA Knight's win the US title. I think he's gonna win the US title. I really am seeing LA Knight winning this title. So we're gonna get it. We're finally gonna get it. Our wrestler from our time frame that is a mixture of Stone Cold and The Rock is gonna win his title. And he's going to give it for us millennial guys who watched the Attitude Era and loved it and enjoyed it, even though it's all gone now. We're getting that piece there, and LA Knight's going to win the U.S. title.
I think that's the only one that's a safe bet. I mean, I feel like Logan Paul's time as United States champion is over. James saying if the Universal title is the main event and we hear what music is going to be epic. It would be fantastic. I mean, and I've been saying this for weeks now that Solo was going to beat Cody in that 6-man tag. Solo was going to wrestle Cody at SummerSlam. Solo was going to fall short. And then all of a sudden, boom, Roman Reigns music hits. Yeah. Ryan, that would be pretty epic.
Yeah, listen, I mean, we've been at a crash course for Survivor Series where we get the Bloodline Civil War. I'm curious to see how they're going to incorporate Jimmy Uso back with his brother Jay, because Jay is in every sense of the word has skyrocketed his value every time he's had to go on his own, whether it was when Jimmy got hurt, when Jimmy got in trouble, or whatever the case is. And Jay is arguably one of the most over guys on the roster when you look at him and LA Knight, et cetera, et cetera. So, I don't think SummerSlam's the earliest we're going to see Roman Reigns. I would love to expect it, but to Shannon's point, I'm not worried about the title changing. I don't see the same way that I said that Cody would beat Roman for the title at this past WrestleMania. I don't think they let Cody lose it this early in a reign. Like, he hasn't done anything bad. He's still, I don't know what merch sales look like. I don't know what ratings look like, but he's carried the title. And I think, we still have to transition because you're going to get a rivalry between him and Randy Orton at some point before Orton's career finally starts to wind down. And you can't have one of those without a title being on the line. And then, we haven't really talked about it, at least in this conversation here, but this WrestleMania is John Cena's last WrestleMania as a competitor. Who's to say that John Cena doesn't win the Royal Rumble, take on Cody Rhodes, and he's the one to knock off Cody Rhodes to create this whole thing of controversy. Not only does he take the 17th World Championship and beat Ric Flair's record, but now Cody Rhodes has said, "Hey, where have you been? I've been carrying the torch, a la the whole John Cena Rock movement. Like, you've been in movies, you've been doing your thing, and you're not going to come and take my title." And when he does, we get a couple of months of John Cena before John Cena rides off into the sunset, say at SummerSlam or Survivor Series 2025. But yeah, listen, I'd love to see Roman Reigns come back at SummerSlam. It's listen, I like what they're doing now. They've made it fresh and new in a time where we thought that what more can they do with the bloodline? So yeah, it's exciting to speculate on what is to come.
That would be fantastic. And of course, if you guys are enjoying the stuff that we're doing with our wrestling coverage, we do Top Rope Tuesday every week on Outta Pocket. In addition to all the wrestling content we do, Mouth It Off with Mike hosts the Nightcap after Raw, NXT, Dynamite, SmackDown, premium live events. James saying Rock won't be too busy during football season coming up. At least the XFL is over, or whatever
UFL,
they call it.
Yeah, the UFL.
Whatever they
Come
call
on.
it.
Come on, the UFL. It's not. Listen, he can't help the fact that the least entertaining game of the season was the championship game. That wasn't The Rock's fault. He didn't put on pads and line up. It wasn't his fault. Come on.
I mean, it'll
disparage your final boss like that, Michael Davis. Okay.
I'm so sorry. I'll acknowledge.
Acknowledge your final boss. Yeah, whatever this was, the L that he would
Whatever it
always
was.
do. It's like
But
it's like his muscles were so big that he couldn't bring his thumb into his palm. So it was always the L that went up to the air. His hands were so muscular that he couldn't close them.
He's working on the grip, the strength in his hands when he's working out. Other than the shoulders, with there used to be a nice, simple like Brahma bull tattoo, and now it's just like this whole like face creature on his shoulder. I went to the tattoo guy and was like, "Hey, can you recreate this?" And they're like, "No."
I said, "You don't have enough. You don't have enough arm for this, sir. I don't know what you're expecting into this, but you don't have enough of a canvas to do this on. I'm sorry. I can put it on your chest. I can do it. It'll be full body, but you don't have enough surface area to do it on your arm." Sorry,
and when you said full body, it was going to cover my legs too, like all the way to my shins.
I can give you a yin yang. That's about it. I'm sure that's what he told you.
So I was like, no thanks. I'll pass on that. But what people shouldn't pass on is the opportunity that we are giving to our 500 subscribers, giving away EA Sports College Football 25. The game actually pre-released yesterday, and Ryan, as soon as the news dropped, he went ahead, pre-ordered it. So he missed out on this giveaway. Hopefully you are not missing out on this giveaway. But Ryan, I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet. How good is this game? Is it worth the giveaway? What should fans expect if they're to win this game?
The game is worth somebody paying you just to say their name on the air for this game. Like, not even for free. Like, the game, this is probably the best football game that has come out since NCAA 14. I'm putting it on a pedestal. I'm giving you high expectations because it meets those high expectations. Banker Bill, the co-host of my football show over on Tap Outs and Touchdowns, he was skeptical. We played it a little bit last night. We played a little bit today together. And listen, the graphics are phenomenal. The atmosphere inside the stadiums are pretty close to being authentic. There's some slight tweaks here and there that they're going to do with software updates. The name, image, and likeness is there. They don't have pictures of the players, but they've done the AI generated, cartoons. Let's call them cartoons, video game versions of your athletes for your favorite football teams. NCAA 14, it was just that you hit the one button to catch the ball. They've adapted that to the new Madden controls where you have the possession, the catch after pass, the aggressive catch. So they've adapted the new controls, but they promised the game was going to play faster like college football. It does. You don't have like the linebacker super jump when you're throwing the ball. The game feels easier to pass. The game feels easier to run. The zone read is back. And effective when you have the right quarterback in your offense. I will tell you this, and this is not just me being a homer, but I've seen streamers say it. It is all over the internet. If you are trying to play with someone online, you may take a look at playing with South Carolina. Because Nick Harbor, listen, Nick Harbor is a cheat code. He has 99 speed, 99 acceleration, 79 strength. He's the strongest wide receiver in the game. I've played games since I've got it yesterday. I played a game on freshman difficulty because I wanted to run at the score at the Clemson, 61-3 at halftime. I cut it off. Played All-American, lost to Florida on a last-second field goal. I played on Heisman today against Florida. And Nick Harbor had 4 catches for 456 yards, 6 catches, 456 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Because if you want to run him down the seam, you get him deep, he's going to beat anybody on any difficulty. That's not me being a homer. The streamers are saying it too, that Nick Harbor is a cheat code on this game. But by far the best it is better than any Madden has been put out over the last 10 years. People playing this game will force Madden to do something different because this game feels different. It plays different. It looks different. It's everything that I've ever dreamed of, Michael. Everything I've ever dreamed of, Shannon. This has been worth every second. There are some bugs. Online Dynasty right now is a little buggy. I don't think it's working. But then again, it was the pre-release that happened yesterday. But like I told Baker Bill and like I've told others, this will be the last video game that I ever play. until next year's NCAA comes out,
Oh,
or next year's
wow.
college football game comes out. Listen, it's that good, guys. It's that good.
Wow. And I hate that I'm not eligible for this giveaway because I would love it, but I'll just buy it on my own because yeah, whoever gets this is lucky. And just subscribe. It's free. Like it is free to subscribe. We're not asking for any money. Like we're not, asking everybody to throw in money so, we can afford this game. No, the entire Boom Broadcasting team has assembled our resources to provide you this game, provide this giveaway to one of our 500 subscribers so you guys can subscribe to Boom Broadcasting. We've went up 2 more subscribers here while we've been on air. We started at 265.
I'm going to show you how easy it is to do, Michael. Can I do that?
Yeah,
You go to YouTube app on your phone. You search Boom Broadcasting. Boom, it's right there. All you got to do is hit the little button, subscribe, and boom, you're subscribed. Now I'm entered in to win the contest, and I can have a second copy because I'm greedy. All right? It's that easy.
It's that easy. It's that easy. It's that free. The
right
EA Sports.
He is 269 right now. I just saw.
Hey, let's go. Why weren't you subscribed in the big? Hey, you know what? It's okay. It's okay.
Maybe I unsubscribed for this very purpose, Michael. I was already subscribed, and I subscribed again for this very purpose. Okay.
What a guy!
You don't know my life.
As a matter of fact, it just jumped up 2 more at 270. So I think Ryan counts as 2 people. If you were one of those subscribers, be sure you comment in the comments right now so we can give you a shout out right before we go off air. James saying good luck to everyone. I don't know if that's a Notre Dame 4-leaf clover or not, but if it is, no judgment. If you want to play with Notre Dame, that's totally fine as well. At the 500 subscriber mark, we will be giving EA Sports College Football 25 away to one of you lucky people. And just to say it, we'll be doing more giveaways after this. And not only that, while you are waiting for us to reach 500 subscribers, this is also why you should be sharing the YouTube channel. So if you get more subscribers, we get closer and you can announce this giveaway sooner rather than later. But while you're waiting for that, Shannon released a Tecmo Bowl video on Boom Broadcasting last week. And then he had so much fun. He did the Tecmo Super Bowl game that will release Thursday night at 6 o'clock on the Boom Broadcasting YouTube channel right here where you are. There's the proof of it playing Tecmo Super Bowl. So that'll be fantastic. That'll be a great time. We're going to bring a lot of content to you through Boom Broadcasting. The team's working super, super hard. No way. I want to call this out. Is this a lie right here? Ahmad Dixon is your cousin? No way. No way.
Just trying to figure out his next guest on the show.
No way.
There's guys. We got the young cat from Wood Central, Kanan Smith. He's on the game with NC State.
James, you got to understand real quick, okay? You shouldn't say your cousin played at Baylor, and yes, we're talking about the college football. You should say your cousin played for the Dallas Cowboys. He was a draft pick. He was he a 6th or a 7th? I think it was a 7th round pick for the Dallas Cowboys.
I don't want to hear anything about Ryan being a homer ever again after you said that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about it again.
When a South Carolina Gamecock alum is, watching Outta Pocket, or if his cousin is, then let us know. We'll let Ryan mention his South Carolina fandom. But yeah, the cousin of a former Dallas Cowboy, Ahmad Dixon, is watching the show. Shout out James right there. You just made my day. And
invite him to watch the show, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Invite Ahmad to watch the show. We also, I don't want to give too much away. But there's going to be a lot more lit content here on Outta Pocket. So shout out James right there, making it work. And that was enough to get the overrun for 5 minutes over. But yeah, it's been fantastic. Be sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so you're a part of that giveaway. And also so you catch Shannon's quick hits will be releasing tomorrow morning, the Tecmo Super Bowl on Thursday evening. Go follow my guy, Ryan Frick. He also has a YouTube channel, Tap Outs and Touchdowns. That's football and wrestling content. He does incredible work, and follow them on socials for more stuff of what they're doing. But guys, we got to get out of here. We take Wednesdays off. We'll likely be off this Thursday. So Outta Pocket will be back on Friday, exclusive to the Boom Broadcasting YouTube channel. So be sure you subscribe. Excited to see you all back here on Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time for your drive home and your wind down from the work week. But for Michael Davis, Ryan Frick, and Shan Smith, this has been Outta Pocket on Boom Broadcasting, and we will see you back here on Friday for Outta Pocket.